We are so close to having polio gone. Though we had a polio epidemic around the 1950s, polio is almost eradicated. According to doctors at the Mayo Clinic, polio is a highly infectious viral disease which affects mainly young children. Carl Landsteiner, MD, said that at its peak in the 1940s and the 1950s, polio would paralyze or kill over 500,000 people worldwide every year. Polio cannot be cured, but it can be prevented by vaccines. An Egyptian carving from around 1400 BCE depicts a young man with a leg deformity similar to one caused by polio. Polio circulated in human populations at low levels and appeared to be a relatively uncommon disease for most of the 1800s. The first U.S. polio epidemic happened on June 17, 1894. The outbreak occurred in Rutland County, Vermont. 18 deaths and 132 cases of permanent paralysis were reported. Indeed, many scientists think that advances in hygiene eventually led to more polio. Another big outbreak happened in New York and started on June 17, 1916. More than 2,000 people would die in New York City alone. Across the United States in 1916, polio took the lives of about 6,000 people, leaving thousands more paralyzed. So, what's the cause of polio? Polio is caused by one of three types of poliovirus. These viruses spread through contact between people, by nasal and oral secretions, and by contact with contaminated feces. Poliovirus enters the body through the mouth, multiplying along the way to the digestive tract, where it further multiplies. In about 98% of cases, polio is a mild illness with no symptoms or with viral-like symptoms. Less than 1 to 2% of people who come in contact with polio become paralyzed. Death may result if the patient does not receive artificial breathing support. It is possible by vaccination to treat polio. A vaccination given multiple times almost always saves lives. Many people don't even need the vaccination to prevent polio, considering it is not very common for people in present day to get this disease. Usually when people get this disease, they are in a third world country, but it is still possible for others to get polio. There is no cure for polio. Physical therapy is used to stimulate the muscles. This physical therapy is also used to relax the tense muscles. Physical therapy can help the pain, but it will not totally treat this disease. The worst recorded epidemic in the United States was the polio epidemic in 1952. 3,145 people died. One of those people could have been the doctor to cure cancer. One of those people could save another person's life. One of those people could have been the president who finally brought world peace. The world is forever changed by polio. But we don't have to constantly worry about people close to us being infected. Sure, there are so many other diseases out there, but this one is one less that we have to worry about.